Hello everybody. We are back in my coastal kitchen. Thank you for joining me. As promised in our live this morning, we are here to make what I call a pumpkin energy ball. There are all kinds of different variations on this recipe. I'm floating around the internet, so I'll give you guys some variations as we go along so you can personalize it if you want to make some of these for yourself or for someone that you know who is on the go or is very active, or a runner, or someone who likes to work out a lot, because these have a lot of great health benefits. All right, let's get started. Here are all of our ingredients. We have pumpkin, pure pumpkin. We have almond butter. We have honey, cinnamon and ginger. We have oats, chia seeds, and sweetened dried cranberries. So we are gonna go ahead and get started. The first thing we're gonna add to our bowl here is half a cup of pure pumpkin. So let's get that in first. I'm just gonna use this quarter cup measure twice to add in about half a cup. And so there is our pumpkin. And then the next thing that's gonna go in is a half cup of our almond butter. I have creamy almond butter. Another thing that you can use is peanut butter. Just plain peanut butter is also a good option for this recipe. We're gonna add a half cup of this almond butter. And I'm gonna use my little same cup measure. So I'm gonna grab out a spoon and spoon it in. And this brand is just the Sam's Choice, but any almond butter will do, the creamy kind, or as I said, creamy peanut butter. So that looks right at about a quarter of a cup. So we're gonna need two of those two big spoonfuls plus a little bit more. All right, almond butter is so good. I love some good almond butter toast. Good stuff. All right, so we have our almond butter and we have our pure pumpkin added. I'm just gonna put a little bit more in case I'm stuck to the cup measure. All right, and you can see I don't really measure it out. It's not that serious, the measurements, just kind of go and follow loosely what I'm doing if you're interested in making these for yourself. All right, now we're gonna do a 1/4 cup of honey. To make this recipe vegan, do not use honey, just use some maple syrup. But I'm gonna use honey and a 1/4 cup of it, which is just about all that I have left in my little honey bear here. Let's see. Don't want to add too much honey because I don't want them to be super sweet. So I'm not gonna go overboard on the honey, but it is a good binding agent. So I wanna make sure that I put some in here for us. All right, once again, not really measuring. I don't have the patience for it. Okay. That should be plenty of honey for us. We don't really have too much of a sweet tooth. I especially don't want a ton of sugar right after or right before a workout or a long run. All right, so we have our honey, we have our pumpkin, we have our almond butter, and our next ingredient is going to be a little bit of cinnamon and a little bit of ground ginger. Some other good options would be anything that you would find in like a pumpkin pie spice. So cloves or nutmeg, or anything else that you would find like pumpkin spice, but I'm just gonna use some cinnamon. I love cinnamon, so I'm gonna be generous with the cinnamon. And then I'm also going to add just a little bit of ground ginger. And I think ginger has such a great flavor, and it also has some great health benefits. So just put in however much you like. I'm not really picky about the spices or how much you add. Just make sure it's something that would make sense in kind of like a pumpkin pie type recipe. All right, we're gonna do 1.5 cups of oats now. Actually, I think we're supposed to, let me think about this. Yeah, I need to combine these things before I add anything else. So I need to fold in the rest of the ingredients. So before you add anything else, go ahead and stir up your pumpkin, cinnamon, your spices, and your honey, and your almond butter or peanut butter. So I'm going to stir this up a little bit first. Get it nice and smooth, and make sure those spices are distributed pretty evenly in this bowl. It smells delicious. You can smell the pumpkin, you can smell the cinnamon. It smells like fall, y'all. It smells good. All right, got that stirred up. It's nice and creamy here in the bowl. It's looking good. All right, just stir until smooth. Then we're gonna go ahead and fold in all of the other ingredients. So let's do our oats first. And I'm gonna kind of fold as we go, so I'm not gonna pile on a bunch of ingredients and then try to combine it. So fold as you go. I'm gonna do 1 1/3 to 1 1/2 cups of oats. We always have oats on hand because we use them in our shakes in the morning. So there's 1 cup, and then I'll just do about 1/3 to 1/2 cup more. Okay, let's go ahead and fold that in. And then the next thing that we add will be pepitas, or roasted and salted pumpkin seed kernels, also known as pepitas. So just roasted and salted pumpkin seed kernels. So our oats are folded in. Next will go our pumpkin seed kernels. And these are so good on their own. I don't know if you guys ever just snack on pepitas, but so good. And this will be 1/3 cup. And I am gonna measure these out because I don't want too much in here. 1/3 cup of pepitas, which again is just roasted and salted pumpkin seed kernels. Just gonna fold that in. And those just look like pumpkin seed kernels. I can show you guys right here. Put a little in my hand so you can see. That's what we're adding in, pepitas. And so that has been folded in with our mixture. So we've got that so far. Next we're gonna add some sweetened dried cranberries, which are also something delicious to snack on. So I'm glad that we are making this recipe because we're gonna have lots of good little things to snack on too. All right, 1/3 cup of the dried cranberries. You don't have to go sweetened, but I knew we'd have extra and I like to snack on the sweetened ones, so that's what I did. So I'm gonna go ahead and fold those in. And then our last ingredient that we're gonna fold in is some chia seeds. And the chia seeds that we're gonna put in is gonna be 2 tablespoons of chia seeds. And we also put chia seeds in our shakes as well. So this is already something that we had on hand, some chia seeds. And these are really, really great source of fiber. So these help you feel full. Anything with chia seeds in it will help you feel really satiated or full. And also they are really good for heart health and help reduce cholesterol. But what I love about them is they make you feel full. So here's some chia seeds. We added 2 tablespoons and we're gonna fold in those. And then that is gonna be all of our ingredients. So the next step that we're gonna take is we're gonna cover this whole bowl with a plastic wrap, and we are gonna refrigerate this for about 2 hours or until the texture is a little bit easier to work with. It needs to be chilled in order for us to make it into any kind of shape. We're gonna roll it into balls. So we need it to be chilled a little bit because right now it is not chilled at all. So we need to chill it and then we can shape it. So I'm going to cover this with plastic wrap and stick it in the fridge. And then I'll come back with y'all and we will shape it into balls and we'll go over the next step. And we're back. My, how time flies. All right, so this has been chilling for a little over 2 hours, about 2.5 hours. So it should be really easy to shape into balls now. So that's what we're gonna do. We're gonna put them in our little container here and we're gonna store them in the refrigerator. So I have this little scooper, little handy dandy scooper. So I'm just gonna scoop these little ball shapes into our glass container. And since I'm making them kind of smaller, I can do 2 stacks of them. And we'll eat a couple at a time as a little snack. Now this part you can spend lots of time on if you are a perfectionist. You can also use your fingers and just shape them into balls, roll them between your palms and shape them into full balls. But I'm just gonna throw them out here because I have got places to go and people to see. It's almost time to go and pick up little Oakland. We're gonna take her to the mall for a little craft night. And my mom is gonna be there, Mama Tugboat. So y'all stay tuned and I'll be back on later with her. All right, let me speed this process up for you guys. All right, we've got a couple done here. Looking pretty good. Let's go a little faster. Okay, so this recipe made 38 small pumpkin energy balls. We've got some packed up for Scott to take to work, and then some that we can enjoy throughout the week. And these will stay stored in the refrigerator. Let's see how we did. Those are good. These are really good. I love cinnamon. There's nothing in here that I don't love, so I'm very happy with how they turned out. If you like them a little on the sweeter side, I would add a little more honey, but they just taste great. So if y'all make them, let me know how you enjoy them. And thank you so much for watching, for giving me some of your day today. I just so appreciate you joining me. All right, talk to you later.